Hello, and welcome back to Sonic Generations. Now, it has been a fat minute since I have really recorded anything. Um, and it's also been a while since I've released anything. Now, before I get started today, I kind of want to get into why I delayed my previous episode so long. Um, so I had 2 weeks off of school for Christmas break. Um, I released 2 videos the week prior to the week of Christmas. Um, but then the week of Christmas, I think I released a video on Wednesday and then not Friday. Now my plan was to maybe instead just release it on Saturday or something like that, because I mean it was going to be very hard to either stay up all night on Thursday or try to fit in editing a video and then releasing it, on my schedule for Christmas. So I just kind of didn't. And then a whole week went by, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about really recording anything right now. I was kind of just getting it back into the swing of school and all that. And I was still feeling like super, I guess just down. Not like in a bad way, but I wasn't super motivated to do really anything because I just gotten off a break, and I was so happy to be not doing anything for a little bit. So yeah, that's pretty much all of that. For long story short, I was just being really lazy. That's it. But the good news is this game is up and running now. And it's not going to crash. Hopefully. I've already tested out the Eggman boss. I've actually already played through the entire thing. Previously. Several times, actually, and I did it just once again to make sure everything was working. So, let's go ahead and fight this dumb, frickin' stupid computer game crashing boss. Skip the cutscene. Alright. We already know how this goes. So, I remember I mentioned partway through this boss fight, I think the first run through or second one through, I mentioned that Eggman's voice lines are gone. And I was right, they are gone. And I don't really know why. But I noticed that they reappeared once I disabled my mods. Because I went through a frenzy of disabling my mods and re-enabling my mods to try to figure out why this was crashing my game. Now, whenever I disabled my mods, I went back to this boss to, see if it crashed, and Eggman was talking all of a sudden. That, and the boss only took 2 hits in the first phase. Rather than here, it takes 3 for some reason. Like, there's an added phase, or there's an added hit, which is really strange. So I was kind of confused, and I'm thinking what the case is it's actually the... Oops. I'm gonna go on a limb and say that it's probably the Classic Sonic Improvement mod that's doing it. It's gonna do the same thing. Oh. Okay. Yeah, see, what's weird is that it replaces a hit here for a hit earlier on, which is a little bit funky. I don't really get that idea, but, I mean, whatever. So, I guess let me also talk about how hard it was to find what was going on here. And I don't really know exactly what it was, but it's solved, whatever it is, and I'm not re-enabling whatever the heck the thing was. Did I get an S rank? I did not. Anyway, We have to go watch a cutscene, because this boss has a cutscene afterwards, and I don't have any access to it after the first time playing, so I have to go actually physically rewatch it. There's two, actually. I'll continue on after these two cutscenes. I actually, for the longest time, didn't realize that that was supposed to be classic Eggman, and they hid him for a reason, because they didn't want to, you know, bring out that, I guess, twist, quote unquote. It wasn't really a twist. I mean, I don't know.
I can't believe there's two of me.
I think I figured it out. Yeah, me too. Doubles of us? Places and enemies from our past? We're traveling through time and space.
How did this happen?
I think it's got something to do with that big thing that just kidnapped Eggman. It sounds like the same thing that kidnapped your friends. I mean our friends. You know what I mean. There it is. Where'd it go?
We need to find that thing, and fast.
I actually just realized I have a couple skins going on there. I have one for Classic Sonic, one for Modern Sonic, and actually Classic Tails has like an HD render. I don't really know why, but it looked cool, and it was an option, so I figured I'd add it in there. Anyway, so let me get back to the whole thing with the crashing and stuff. So I failed to realize that there's kind of two modifications that I add to these games. One being physical mods that I actually load in from, like, maybe, like, let's say Game Banana. Like, I download them off of Game Banana, which is a really good site for mods. I recommend using it. I like the mods like that. Like, the Classic Sonic Improvement mod, which I got from Game Banana. That's a mod that I have to download and then, like, actually load in myself. You know, I can select whenever I want it on or off, or things like that. But there's also what I think is called, like, codes or something like that. And they're on a totally different screen, and they modify the game, but you don't necessarily need to download them. And I'm not sure, but I think there's a way to make your own. I mean, I'm not gonna get into that. That's like some crazy developer kind of stuff, and I'm not like that. But I mean, you can download, I think, just some basic one. I mean, as basic as they get. But you can download some basic ones. You know, like there's a couple that are like, oh, activate Supersonic always, or, you know, Supersonic doesn't deplete rings, or things like that. That's really it. And there's just a lot of those. Now, I kind of forgot about those, so, like, whenever I went into, like, disable my mods and then try out the boss again, it would still crash after I disabled them all. Which I was like, okay, well, now I'm really confused. And I even uninstalled the game, reinstalled it, like, twice, actually. And even, like, you know, repeated the same thing. So I enabled the mods after I uninstalled and reinstalled it, and then I disabled the mods just so I have the clean game, and it didn't change anything. It was still crashing. So the point is I completely forgot about those other mod things, those other modifications. I completely forgot about them, and I had all of the ones that I had previously enabled still enabled. I don't remember what it was, but I think there was one that said it wasn't, I don't remember if it was a mod that I had turned on, or if it was a code that I had turned on, but something said it wasn't compatible with a mod that I was using, being the FX pipeline, I think it's called, something like that. It basically just makes the game look nicer. And it said that it wasn't compatible with that mod, so I turned that off immediately. But after I turned off, I think I turned off the codes and the mods, went back in, and then it didn't crash. But then I went back in, turned on the mods, kept the codes turned off, and it still didn't crash. So I officially fixed the problem at that point. What? Did you know that if you put your pants on backwards, your pockets don't work correctly? Guess how I know this. Here's a really good example. You see how these rings here that usually aren't able to be lightspeed dashed are, like, well, they can be lightspeed dashed? That's a code. That's entirely a code. And I set that myself. And that's actually still activated currently. So what I did was I went back afterwards and re-enabled a bunch of codes that I guess I deemed as safe. You know, one of them being that, so I can just have extra mobility and things like that. As well as, I think it was like, always get A rank in like the, whatever it's called, like, what is it, or S rank rather, always get S rank in the, I forget what it's called, like the missions, I guess you can call them, but whatever. Having the double jump makes this so much easier. I actually went back to the console version of this game and tried to play it, like, just on its own, and I almost couldn't. Like, after you do mods like this so many times, it's almost impossible to, like, not have them. It's really strange. We get to see Cream here.
Thanks for saving me, Sonic. It was scary in the dark, but I tried to be brave.
Sonic's eyes are pixelated. I got Emerald Hill Zone. Oh, there was another code that I had. It was, I think, wall jump on all walls. And that just started breaking stuff. Another thing I had setting was like a spring thing. I don't really know exactly what it did. But the springs just made you go wacky crazy. So I turned that off too. And I mentioned it too, actually. I knew exactly what the code was. I think I only have about 4 codes currently set at the same time. I didn't mean to go modern, but whatever, we'll go modern. This is easily my favorite stage of the game, I think. This and maybe Rooftop Run. Those are both pretty good. Game is still very choppy. I might need to figure out, like, some quality settings. I don't know, but I don't have them very high, I don't think. I mean, and this computer should definitely be able to handle it. Not sure. Maybe it's not even the computer. Maybe it's the game. But, I mean, that doesn't make much sense. I don't think, like, game speed would be relative of the game. It should be relative to the computer. I mean, you'd think, at least. Oh, that reminds me. I have yet another code, actually, that is pretty useful. It allows me to buy anything in the shop with any money. So if I have 0 points, I can still buy anything I want. So I can pretty much have infinite lives. Which, I mean, this game's live system kind of is dumb anyway. I mean, there's not like rings placed all over the place, so then lives just become like pointless. But lives are a little bit easy to get. Like, you just play a level a couple times and then just rack up lives. That's it. I guess while we're on just the topic of whatever, another funny story I have, I guess not really funny, more so just like me experiencing this game as a kid. I remember seeing the achievement in Green Hill Zone Act 1 saying that in order to get the achievement, you had to beat Green Hill Zone in like, I think a minute or something? Under a minute? Like a minute or less? Oops. Something to that effect. And I tried forever to do that. And I remember actually going back and grinding, like, 1-ups. Because, every time I pressed the restart button, it would take my life away. That's a part of Generations that I'm not quite a huge fan of. Honestly. Oh, nice, I got the ring. That's usually the hardest one to get. But yeah, I was young, too. I actually wasn't even really good at this game. But I tried super hard to get that. I don't remember if I'm pretty sure I did eventually. And that's part of the reason why I play it so well now, is because of that. There's been a couple times where I've really pushed myself to speedrun, stages. Like, the Green Hill one being the first instance, like, you know, that I ever tried that. And then... Oh, great. We're already crashing again. This game is up and running now. And it's not going to crash. There's another thing that I've had trouble with as well. And it's actually, like, in the game. And even after uninstalling it and stuff, it still didn't run properly. There's, like, a thing that you can do on Steam. I think it's, like, authenticate files or something to that extent. And whenever I did it, it said there was one thing that was missing and it would be fixed. But it never told me what that was. Which I thought was pretty dumb. Like, why mention that something is wrong and then not tell me what it is so I can fix it? And then it didn't even fix it. That was stupid. And then it didn't even fix it. Like, every time I rescanned it, it just told me the same thing. Like, oh, this still needs to be fixed. And then it just told me to screw myself, pretty much. I just skipped a good portion of the stage, I think. And I'm not sure how much, but I think it was a pretty dang good portion. Because I think there's still a pretty good amount of the stage that's left before the truck actually appears for the first time. And I think I just bypassed like 95% of that. Alright, so without that FX pipeline thing, it's probably just going to look a little less nice, which I don't really care about. The game is still going to be in 60 frames because of the OBS settings, as well as the settings in whatever the thing I use is called, Premiere. Ow, I'm not fast enough. Good lord. I was legit just not fast enough to do anything there. And now I'm dead. Why is this so hard? You'd think that Sonic would be much faster. Like, he actually, like, was outrun by the truck. Like, that never happens. I'm already done with the stage, though, so... Which is funny, because this is supposed to be an uncapped Sonic. He's supposed to be super duper fast. And he gets outrun by a truck. Yeah, B rank is bad for this. I'm not doing nearly as hot as I normally would here. But I mean, I'm also not really. I guess talking at the same time as trying to play the game kind of gets me a little focused. Or it makes me unfocused, so then I don't really, you know, try as hard. When I'm not talking, I'm focusing pretty hard. Because I've had pretty much all S ranks at one point in time.
The thing that snatched me was like nothing I've ever seen before. Watch out. Come to think of it, you're nothing like the Sonic I've seen before.
See, one of my issues is that I hate the stage. One of my issues here is that give me a sec. One of my issues here is with oh yeah, Tails says something like, "Oh, you know, that might be the same thing that kidnapped our friends. You know, your friends. I mean, our friends." It should only be modern Sonic's friends, because... Oh yeah, I forgot Sonic's got really good movement underwater now. Like, he just deleted, like, the physics. And now he just moves normally. Which I guess makes me hate the stage a little less, but, I mean, kind of defeats the purpose. And there's a bubble shield, too. Like... I guess technically the latest that this Sonic can be dated is Sonic and Knuckles, which at that time he would have only known about Tails, Knuckles, Eggman, Metal Sonic, Mecha Sonic, and Silver Sonic, and that's it. All of these other guys they've never seen before, and they would not know about them yet either. Still kind of lagging a little bit. So, I'm just like, I don't know what Tails thinks he's talking about when he means they're friends, because they don't know half of them. Which that makes me wonder, I wonder if there's a mod here that actually turns Metal Sonic into Mecha Sonic, and if there isn't, there needs to be one, because I think out of all the Metal characters, Mecha Sonic was always the coolest. I'm the coolest. I don't know, something about him. It's just like he was a super duper like mecha version, you know. He was the most updated, you know, because Silver Sonic was the first attempt. And then, you know, Metal Sonic was the second attempt, which Metal Sonic is still a fan favorite, and it's still probably the best one out of the bunch. Whoa, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. That's not how lightning shields work. Wait a diddly dang darn second. That's not how that works. Did they not program physics for the lightning? I guess not physics, but I guess properties of the... That was weird. And what's even weirder is that afterwards, I noticed that I also lost the bubble shield. Did they stack? Is that possible? Is that a thing that they just do? I don't know, man. I mean, you're not... That's also another code that I activated. Is enabled... I enabled... Okay. I enabled shields in like regular play, so you can use them anytime you want. That kind of sucked. I think that's still an S rank technically. That was a pretty good run of it. No. Because I lost all my rings. I guess losing my rings probably doesn't help with points, so that might be part of it. I think there's a way to make Sonic invincible, so I don't know. Angel Island. Here's another gripe I have with this game. Let me go show this off real quick, because I've only spent about like 30 minutes playing this game, and I'm not going to have just a 30-minute episode. Well, actually, I still have to do 3 missions and a boss fight, and then another boss fight, so... And there's cutscenes in between all those. So, let me go take a second and look at the music stuff. So, we only have 4 songs. We have, I think, Green Hill, Emerald Hill, Angel Island, and then Splash Hill at the very bottom. So, you know, Green Hill is original. You know, it's Green Hill, obviously. Now, I don't know why this one doesn't say original. It might be edited slightly, but I can't tell. Now, here's the kicker. Is when you get to the Sonic 3 songs. They're entirely redone. They don't sound remotely like how they do normally. I mean, they're the same key and the same... But, like... It's almost like... I mean, it's not as bad, but it's almost like comparing the PC version music and the Genesis version music. I hate that snare, too. I don't even know why I clicked on that. Yeah, it's just... And I know exactly why they did that. It's more dumb, stupid fear of Michael Jackson. Like, they're all afraid of Michael Jackson. They're afraid of a dead person. Sega is eternally afraid of a dead person, and that's just gonna be that, you know? They're never not gonna be afraid of a dead person. It's just how it is. It be like that sometimes. They didn't include, well, they included one, technically, but they remixed that one as well. They didn't include any of the MJ-sounding songs. So, I think the only songs you can get are, like, I believe it's, Angel Island, Hydrosity, and then, Death Egg. Which, Death Egg actually doesn't sound bad. And if you listen to it hard enough, it almost sounds like a lot like the original. It's very similar. But it's not. Yeah. Which I always wondered for the longest time, back then, whenever I didn't know anything about the whole Michael Jackson thing, I was like, why are these songs, like, different sounding? Like, why do they sound like that? You know? And I almost didn't like him for that, too, you know? Because I knew what the original sounded like, pretty much. Because I had played Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles, so I knew what they sounded like. I think Mushroom Hill is also in there, too. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, Mushroom Hill is in there, too, and it's actually the worst, I think. Out of the remixed few, it's probably the worst. I don't know, it just sounds wrong. Here, watch this. Want to see something cool? Skip! It literally does nothing, but, I mean, whatever. I kind of wish I got the cars. The cars are faster. Plus, these are a little nerve-wracking. Oh, not a very good time for lag, is it? As much as I hate playing Sonic Heroes, I kind of miss playing that game already. Like, that was, like, the first, like super-duper, oops. The super-duper long game on this channel. It's not the last. But it was the first. And I'll always remember that. I mean, I still cherish that game. It's just, it's, I don't know. I've got some strong opinions on it. Whether that be good or bad. They're all strong. So. It's just, it's how it be. Having double jump is awesome. Yeah, I wish I knew why this game is still getting laggy in some spots. I mean, I'd love for it to just kind of, I don't know, not do that, but, I mean, whatever. As long as the game runs. I mean, it's not gonna look great in the end, but, I mean, we only gotta play this game for so long. And it doesn't happen all the time. That's the good part. Speaking of falling in water, I still want to play Sonic Boom. Like, I got the game for Christmas with my Wii U. Actually, I think I got it for a gift at some point. And I never finished it. I kind of want to finish it, just to play it, you know. I kind of want to give it a chance.
When the Sonics accelerate through time, they fix space,
Returning color in life.
Then I guess we have to run like there's no tomorrow, or there won't be a tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Espio is cool. Just kind of floats there for a second. I don't know why.
Mighty foe to trap a ninja. Be on your guard, Sonic.
I like how Sonic just like doesn't care. Espio says something real dark whenever you see him as classic Sonic. He says he's like, I've looked into the eyes of the enemy and I only saw darkness. I was like, thanks for the edgy quote, man. Like, you're not Shadow. It's not your job to be edgy, but okay. What should we do? Smash your way through boxes as you descend to the goal before the timer runs out. Sure, let's try that. Oh, isn't this the one with the crazy glitch in it? I think it is. There's, I remember seeing a Sonic Generations speedrun, I think it was Sonic Generations, where they did, like, a... Yeah, it was this one, but I don't know how to do it. I'm sure it's easy, but, this is pretty cool, actually. They did this stage, and and I think they somehow managed to get out of this little 2D section and just kind of, whoa. They were like in front of the screen. Whoa. Ow. They were like in front of the screen. So they could just, you know, do a down, I guess, what would you call it? Just like a stomp. He does a stomp, and then he just reaches the end of the stage. Woo! It was pretty cool, actually. I don't know how to do it, but it was on that stage, and it was neat seeing it. Which I kind of forgot about the idea of what is it, like, the missions, like, you know, picking better ones for speedrun than others. I don't think they explain how this whole doppelganger race thing works. Like, who is the doppelganger? There's just like an, I mean, this is obviously all implied, but I mean, like, who is this ghost guy? Like, where did he come from? Where did he go? Where did he come from, Cotton Eye Joe? You know, questions, these are all questions that we need answers for. There's actually one stage here. There's one mission that I have always had trouble with, and I remember trying to beat it on I think the console version at one point. Whenever I was doing all of the missions on the console port, or not console port, the console version, I remember doing that, and oh boy, I remember doing that, and oh lord, I have no rings. I actually need to be careful. I had no rings, no boost. That's both two very bad things. Wow, look at Sonic. He's very far behind. Like, you can very easily get caught up here. But, I mean, me, I've run through the stage 5 billion quadrillion times. I don't ever get caught up in here. I actually need to record 2 episodes today, so I really hope that this doesn't, like, mess up too bad on me. Alright, let's see what this is. It doesn't really matter, but, I mean... Oh, nice. Key. Alright, so we're gonna go do the one for Seaside Hill, which I don't remember which one is the better ones or not, but I should probably do one as Classic Sonic just to be safe. Oh my god. It's not going to crash. And it's not going to crash. There's no reason for it. There's literally no reason. My game never crashed on the other one. And that one ran like garbage. It probably was running at like 25 FPS the entire time. And even with mods, even with super crazy mods, like I've run overpowered Sonic mod on that. And I abused the crap out of it, and it didn't crash once. And this crashes like twice every time I open the game. Or at least every time I try to play it. Like, there's no excuse for that. What I think I have to do, which I hate the thought of me having to do this, is I'm gonna have to probably, like, go back and... Okay, that was dumb. I'm gonna have to go back, disable every single modification, play through this game, do the things that made the game crash before, and then see what happens, and see if it's the mods. Because if it's not the mods, I don't know what to tell you. This game should never crash. Nothing should crash on this computer. This computer isn't like the godly computer of all computers, but it's like 5 times better than my old one at least. And even with how poor it ran stuff before, it never crashed anything. I mean, that's a lie. But that was after intense use. Like in Gary's mod, whenever I spawned something big in. What's even funnier is I did the exact same thing on this computer with Gary's mod, and it crashed immediately. And I remember doing that on my old computer. It actually didn't crash. I remember doing that in the past and it not crashing. I don't know. It's such a mixed bag with what works and what doesn't sometimes. I'm not sure. I mean, overall, this is a much better computer, and I can just straight up run better games on it to begin with. But like, I don't know. I mean, at least I found the solution to the unavoidable crash. But now I have to deal with just random crash. Like, that's not any better, really. I mean, it's a little more avoidable, but it's not any less annoying. I just straight up just avoided every single bit of that water section just now. Holy crap, yeah, I did. There's actually an even higher path that I didn't take. So I got all the keys, so I'm gonna go fight Shadow. Which this fight will be stupid easy. Was Shadow at the party? I don't believe he was. Whatever. See, I had a story about this boss back whenever I was, playing Sonic Adventure 2. I remember, I think I said something like me enjoying the Sonic Generations versions of these bosses much better than the other versions, because I think at the time, this was my first experience with Versus Shadow. You know, I hadn't played Sonic Adventure 2 at the time, or even Sonic Adventure 1, really. So, I mean, there was no, like, telling. But, I mean, obviously, this is a much better kind of game. That's mine. Oh, yeah, I forgot. The graphics here are a little glitched out. I wasn't really looking at that. I probably should have mentioned that. It's probably something... Whoa. It's probably something to do with, like, the, one of the skins or something. I'm not sure. But it's a thing. There we go. Already got my power up. 45 seconds in. I'm already powered up. And then all I have to do is just press 2 buttons for a couple seconds. I don't know why they don't have this version of Live and Learn in the game credits. Or like the... like the OST. I mean, unless they do, I think they probably do, because I think it has different drums. I'm not sure. I think it has different drums. Alright, so I got the next Chaos Emerald, which I just realized that technically you're supposed to beat these bosses first, because of the order of the emeralds. Like, if you look, I have the oh my god, I just realized they gave Shadow the damn 4th Chaos Emerald.
Damn 4th Chaos Emerald.
On purpose. Oh my god, I didn't think about that. That was probably done on purpose.
Where's that damn 4th Chaos Emerald?
Yeah, that was probably done on purpose. And if that wasn't done on purpose, then oh my god, is that the biggest coincidence ever. Because in theory, you'd want to do the mini-boss first before the main boss. So, and they probably were like, wait, if we change the order, we can give Shadow the damn 4th Chaos Emerald. And they're like freaking out about it, I'm sure, or something. I'm okay with this boss fight. It's a little bit weird. It's not quite a boss fight, more so just a platforming section. And you kind of hit the boss a couple times. I was stuck on this for the longest time. I was still kind of learning the concept of the homing attack, and I was very bad at it. Which is weird, because it's really just pressing the A button a bunch of times. I couldn't time my homing attack very well. So, like, on, like, the second hit, I think it is, when, like, you jump off that huge ramp and you're, like, in the air for, like, a couple seconds and you're getting ready to, you know, hit him, I would always miss it, because I couldn't time it right. I mean, I did eventually get past it, but I don't remember playing through the game much more than that, because, I think at that point we had already bought the game for real. Right here. I would always mess this up. And that's just an A press. I'm not joking. And once I got past that, and I tried to get past this part here, that was probably just as hard. If not harder. This section right over here. Right on this checkpoint. Just trying to run in that direction was difficult for me too. And then once I got past that, trying to get past this phase sometimes was difficult too. Like, this boss as a whole was a pain in the ass for me as a kid. And it really shouldn't have been. Like, there's no reason for it to be. It's not that hard. It's really just a bunch of platforming sections, really. Honestly, I'm kind of upset that this is really the only bit of chaos that we have left. And, you know, the newest chaos is the 2 minutes he's in Sonic Forces, which that was the biggest cop-out of the planet, on the planet. You know, obviously, no one cares about Zavok. No one cares about frickin' Metal Sonic anymore. No one cares about Shadow anymore. Everyone cares about Chaos because he's been in 1 or 2 games. 3 or 4, maybe. But he's only been the main villain in 1, and then you make him the main... Whoa. And then you make him the main villain again, and all of a sudden, he's just... It was a cash grab. It was very clearly a cash grab, because they knew people was gonna like seeing Chaos.
I may never get used to that.
Oh! Monster sure didn't like that emerald.
Those things have come in handy in the past. We've already got a couple, but
We need that emerald.
Sonic, you should go
Sonic!
check it out. I bet you can bring that Chaos Emerald back
Just like he brought up our friends.
And I bet you double we're gonna need all 7 emeralds. You guys have your work cut out for you.
An adventure's no fun if it's too easy.
Ugh. Alright, I'm gonna call it here, because, I mean, I did this whole area. I did 3 boss fights, 3 stages, 3 missions. So, I'll probably do... I guess the next episode might be the last one. Yeah, let me check the timer real quick, because, I mean... Yeah, we're at an hour. That's probably okay. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. You know, there's not much else. There's not much else to play here, so I'm just gonna end it. I guess hopefully the crashing issue won't be too big of a problem. Maybe it'll happen once or twice, you know, in the next episode, but hopefully it won't be too big of a deal. You know, I can get past it. As long as there's not any more unavoidable crashes. So, and I have a very fun story to tell you next episode. So, which is probably, like, the biggest story of this game, and it might take a good portion of the episode to tell. So, yeah, that's it. I will see you all next time.